a little bit sleepy for the moment, but I think he deserves a bit of a break. He's going to head back home, see where that Eye of the Watcher is almost ready to come out.
Zaya's already rotated mid lane.
Whoa, Zeke's convergence fully completed out of what? 2 cloth armors?
It's the very common rush. The build path is very comfortable, and it works better with Zaya than any other AD carry. So
just a great clip as well for the item to come in.
It's just fun how many times it's suitable for Zaya Rakan. On the one hand, and it builds out of an Aegis, so you feel like you like the early stats if you are the Rakan. Rakan also basically starts off every fight with an ultimate. He will always ult compared to a Braum that's trying to hold the ultimate, right? So
yeah,
you're always going to have basically full duration of the damage amp, the extra 50% damage on the Zaya, and then Zaya's pass-through damage procs the 50% as well. Every target hit by it will also get that burn. So in multiple different ways, it suits Zaya Rakan better than any other duo.
So now, that first power spike is going to be hit. Teddy, still of course, it's the Zaya problem, where you probably want 3 items before anything really works. But after a Zeal item, you feel a little bit better having that extra CDR. Teddy probably not ready to fight any battles just yet.
I'm just interested to see where the next battle will be. It's expected to be bot lane with how low both turrets are. The race to first turret so important in this game. Someone's proxying. He's done this many times on Riven, but on the Scion it's a different feel.
See whether he decides to turn himself into public transport and find anything. But no, not going to head towards the mid lane or anything like that. He's going to go back top. On the right side of the tower this time. Crazy's looking to go home, but he's going to have that back stop, so just being a little bit frustrating as the Sun.
Is he lying in wait? Will be spotted by the sweeper. Trick back away.
Yeah, there's a lot of vision though on this bottom side for Jin Air.
They want this turret. They want to get Talia in a side lane. They want to start crashing on the turrets. The comp they've already selected. And Grace, we haven't even mentioned in all of this, is 2-0 and 2, 100% kill participation. Would prefer not to use the Weaver's Walls, kind of hoping to just enter lane and take the turret, but probably going to have to use some more resources.
Yeah,
back away.
Move around the backside of this turret as well. Can't get deep enough vision to know whether or not Trick is hanging around. Takes back in the lane without a teleport though, so Jin Air did have an opportunity to possibly just get a man advantage and brute force, but decide not to. Slow and steady is apparently what wins the race for Jin Air.
It's kind of
themselves
weird.
In the longest game of all time. So
this is kind of slow and steady, but also we know the game will instantly explode into life at any possible moment. Teddy going to deny some CS, be a jerk, as Umti can't take free damage.
Yeah, certainly don't want to take a trouble bubble as the Cataclysm comes through, the Solar Flare down as well, and Umti is going to be able to run away utilizing the leap and the flash. Let's not. Do we even... Come on, guys.
The observer has to remember that in these tank matchups, we watch everywhere else and wait for the teleport play.
Yeah. I just like how it was a massive paddle.
Whose shield will elapse first?
Damage.
Oh, it was so once.
Wasn't it Crazy's? I thought the Soul Furnace exploded first. This is really uninteresting, isn't it?
Let's keep watching it.
I wonder whose shield is going to pop.
This is how you know that they don't have the game scripted, or they don't like roll back 5 seconds ago and like use the extra information those 5 seconds to know which lane to watch. They were optimistic about this lane, Atlas.
Keep being optimistic as well. Long time. But at least there is an Iceborne Gauntlet, so Crazy gonna have a little bit more of that AoE wave clear.
There's the Banner of Command.
It's coming. It's on its way.
I think that we'll see a lot of it on patch 8.4 with the new Baron buff minion. It's becoming basically stronger than most champions with the Banner of Command buff. That back animation is still spectacular.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The supply depot back. Pretty good. Okay, Ghost gonna switch it up though.
For so one as well, so it seems like the Banner of Command's been delayed. Teddy, closer and closer to his second item. Like Shiv be the pickup here, we would imagine. Could be rapid fire cannon as well.
I've seen a bit of both. Even seen the Renan's Hurricane coming in second item for the Xayah recently as well. I don't mind that one. Add a little bit of that AoE, but a little bit high range is BBQ comp. Wanting to be poking around his tent and things like that, so having a rapid fire cannon sounds like a good idea. Here is Grace. He's in trouble. Can utilize the flashes. There is a big goat that it isn't going to be able to be followed up with. Zumti's going to go invisible and run the hell away. Trick, that was an odd one.
He just was invisible the entire time. He thought there'd be one little frame where he could actually ultimate onto the Kha'Zix, but not going to happen with Moby Boots on Umti, so nice little bait there when it comes to the Summoner.
Okay, a lot of buttons were pressed, but not a whole lot of actual results.
Watch just how far Umti goes without being seen. He gets seen by a ward, otherwise he would still be invisible.
Yeah, I like that. You can run around the top side of the jungle without ever being seen.
It's not fun to play against the solo queue, let me tell you.
Yeah, he's like Evelyn. He's like pretty much old Evelyn.
Except Evelyn's visible for the first 6 minutes, and I guess Kha'Zix is too, but after that, both of them equally invisible.
Yeah.
Bạn đứng đó có chim mà giỏi không? Khiếp không?
So you continues to motor around, clear vision in the mid side. Bot lane turret is down, and for now at least Jin Air focused on getting top side. So it's all about control wards top side. We're talking about how it was that inevitable battle to allow Grace to roam without being spotted on the bot side while the duo was still there. Now the duo's top side, so basically wherever the duo is, that's where you want exclusive vision as the Talia comes.
Trick still hanging around this mid lane as well. He has spent a lot of time waiting so far this game. Isn't behind by too far though. The 11. As far as camps is concerned, it's barely anything. He's got his Dust Blade. We'll have enough to buy something else as well when he goes back, because the man's 1-0 and 3. 100% kill contribution alongside his mid laner. And his support, Wraith as well. Doing very, very well.
We should note that the
death contribution.
That's a fair point, but we should note that for Jin Air, the one area they will struggle at compared to BBQ is Baron. Kha'Zix versus a Warmox Jarvan lets you know that you kind of need to get the multiple picks if you're Jin Air. You want to play an objective focus game, and then if you see a mistake from BBQ, pounce, then go to the Baron. Whereas if BBQ can find a way to actually force Jin Air to face check around the Baron, that's going to be what they want to do, because their Baron take is so much safer compared to Jin.
I feel like Jin Air probably just want to wait until Teddy's going to be able to get stuff done. May not be able to though, because Call of the Forge God flies through. Stopwatch has to be used. Poor timing by Ignar on the solar play. They will be able to still grab the kill, but the Grand Entrance comes down. Tempt explodes. So much damage, but it's a double kill. Doesn't even matter. I'm not even sure how he managed to flick back a Paddle Star to pick up that kill onto Umti. But despite the fact that the ult doesn't land from Ignar, BBQ just had too many members in the mid lane and take down Jin Air's jungle and mid. Yeah, Grace and Umti caught in the CC chain, and Teddy wasn't there to profit off the re-engage attempt from Raid. So a lot of summoners down. We talked about the Baron. It's Baron time for BBQ. Yeah, teleport going to be utilized by Tempt here as well. Managed to pick one of those up. Wraith looking to head on over. He should be able to disrupt the members of BBQ, and Ignar's about half health. But Crazy and Trick are just so tanky. Half health now on the Baron. Umti's nowhere to be seen. Still coming back from the Death Chamber. Ignar may actually fall low. They should still be able to grab this Baron. He's just baiting him. In goes Soan. Does a decent amount of work now as Wraith makes his way out, but Tempt is going to be able to do so much damage. The AoE from Teddy may not necessarily be enough, as Soan, as the zombie Scion, shouldn't be able to get too much done. It's a double kill actually for the Ornn. Who said they didn't do any damage? Well, I mean, it's us, and it's still us, but he was still able to grab that double, but saves the Baron.
Yeah, 1 for 2, and stopping the Baron when it seemed like an instant certainty for BBQ is a good trade for the side of Jin Air. They're able to push in mid. Umti's going to try and start the mountain of stabbing for some reason,
Yeah, it's like
as far as I can see.
the party mountain Drake. Umti doesn't like that very much. He wants to be the dabbist himself, so he's just going to kill his dragon. How dare you.
That mountain needs to calm down.
I've never seen a mountain or a dragon dab before, so
No.
this is a really great first moment. Why
That's
is
why-
it always Jin Air?
I like the observer sticking on it and being like, what else will the dragon do? It does the robot. We're like, what?
Mountain Drake getting rocks thrown into it makes some sense here. I think it's good thematically, so Grace is going to come down and do a bit of that. See whether we are going to head back towards this Baron as well, because with the mountain down, mountain and cloud now being picked up for Jin Air, they did have a lot of control on the bottom side of the map, but they have since moved their vision towards that Baron.
And the previous fight was the worst case scenario where Grace was caught without flash and Teddy wasn't there. So there was really no ability to react, and Umti was kind of caught in the crossfire. Next attempt will be a lot cleaner for Jin Air. They already had multiple control wards in the area. I wonder if BBQ should have just gone for the confirmation on Baron. There was no smite to contest it. They went for the peel eventually. It took so much time to push through the Scion, and in the end couldn't pick up the Baron. The VOD review may suggest that was the moment for BBQ to actually fully commit. But we'll digress. It's only 26 minutes into the game. Still plenty of time for BBQ to try to recreate what they were able to do to Jin Air the first time.
Yeah, the Baron wasn't necessarily going down extraordinarily fast either, as in goes Jin Air. They're trying to find Ghost and Ignar. It's a decent Chains of Corruption, but Wraith doesn't find the grand entrance, and he may actually just get exploded here. Battle Dance comes in, but it's just not quite enough to get himself out with a second charge, and that's the whole bottom lane destroyed. BBQ so good at getting these two picks, and Trouble Bubble from downtown through the terrain is looking to pick up Grace. The explosion of damage as the Paddle Star follows it up, and Ghost is gifted a kill with 3 dead on the side of Jin Air. Now should be BBQ's chance.
The longest range Trouble Bubble you will ever see connect takes down Grace. This will be the free Baron. We wondered if the moment had passed them. The moment is right now. BBQ take Baron.
Yeah, just talking about it, saying that Jin Air were able to get something back. Oh, see you later, Umti. No chance he was surviving that one.
And now the game goes from bad to worst for the side of Jin Air. 3-1 and 3 and 4-1 and 3 on the carries respectively. The Baron stopping them from playing the side lanes. Jin Air do not have enough vision to make this play. They end up going in. The teleport is there for Tempt. Grace actually cuts off his own Scion with the Weaver's Wall. Scion ends up dashing into the Weaver's Wall and can't be there. He didn't have teleport. In general, they misplay this about as much as you can in one single passage. And then Grace, well, that's what happens when the Trouble Bubble can go that far down a wall.
Yeah, almost deserved it. Didn't actually notice the Weaver's Wall with the interrupt onto So-On, so yeah, very unfortunate. Bit of a redemption there to come through from Tempt as he picks that one up off the ground, as Jin Air are just doing their best to hold on to these structures. That would be a tilter though. I mean, when those sort of situations happen and you're just not on the same page with your teammates, that's when real frustration starts to kick in.
Certainly, and you don't have an off time, you don't have 15 minutes to kind of regroup, as they're just chasing onto Umti, force the flash.
Yeah, he's going to land the Call of the Forge God. Crazy just proving that he can. Teddy actually getting decent damage through as the double knockup comes down, but Wraith is just not tanky enough. Double stun on the Solar Flare as Teddy throws out the heal. He's going to be able to get himself back out. Tempt with an extra flash that he picked up, and Ignar has the Ignite ticking down. He got enough damage with a little bit of that, the passive coming through from Tempt to help out.
Jin Air just capitulating in front of our eyes. Great work at the start. One bad mistake where there's going to be some hard feelings from a couple of members. This Baron buff power play is going to be insane.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Trix actually split pushing on the full tank Jarvan, trying their very best to take down this turret as well, but with the extra range on the siege minion means that they will have to tank it up if they're going to get any work done. But yeah, that's Banner of Command, double Baroned up siege minions. And okay, next patch will be a little bit different, but at the moment, still doing a bunch of work.
And they're still pushing, still a minute left on this Baron buff power play. So much gold is being piled together. We had basically an even game. And now when this turret finally falls, 7,000 is the gold lead for BBQ Olivers. Jin Air GreenWings will be feeling so sheepish And it's the sort of kind of capitulation that's very hard to arrest before the coach gets in there, before the support staff gets in there to calm them all down. Still young players, still a couple of massive mistakes, and it seems like the flow-on effect will be very difficult for Jin Air to find a foothold in this game now that the Zoe super farmed, super fed. There's no real good news stories to counter that on the side of Jin Air.
Yeah, and it's actually even worse than it looks for Jin Air here as well, just because Jarvan and Leona are so good at playing from ahead. As far as snowballing a lead is concerned, if you've got a Leona, you're feeling absolutely fantastic, because you're just going to get more tanky than the other members of Jin Air, and anyone is a good pick-off target, and you've got so many tools in order to do so. Feels like it's going from bad to worse extremely quickly for Jin Air, and it makes sense based on the composition. Oh my god.
There's two banner of
double
command.
banner of command.
It wasn't even two tanks, but doesn't matter. Tanks very much, says BBQ. Pushing up this bot side is every time the trouble bubble comes forward, even though I should know better, I assume it's going to just latch onto one of the members of Jin Air.
Well, I mean, if we're looking for good news, Teddy has his 3 items, Pop Smithy. So, yep, now's the time to do damage, Teddy. Good luck, my friend.
Omti almost gets killed by a GLP.
That was silly. That was GLP passive prop from Tempt. Not bad. Also had a few of those missiles that you get as well with the passive portion of the spell.
BBQ have such a forgiving calm. They got the double wall marks around the Barons, equally relevant around the turrets. That's through quite a lot of magic resist onto the Scion as well.
Weren't we talking about Scion being unkillable and stuff? No, that's not happening. This cast creep doing some work.
The other one is dead. So, sad news for fans of Banner of Command.
If you're fans of minions, it's sad news every day.
I mean, that was Ralph. Ralph was my favorite minion.
No, I like Gary. Gary's over here. Oh, he survived! Turret Show was going to take out Gary. Doesn't matter. Apparently, even the tower liked Gary. Gary didn't like the tower, though. Killed it. So, that's yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. BBQ, fantastic suffocation when it comes to the vision, though, to bring things back on point. You can see Jin Air unable to get anywhere outside of their own base. In full lockdown mode. We know that they're good at it, but it isn't how you want to play League of Legends. And that is a 4-item Zoe side of BBQ, and when it's piloted by Tempt, you know you're going to have a bad time.
And now it's let's steal the Baron, hopefully. It's kind of the plan for Jin Air. They can get the Baron, they can continue to delay the game out. As you mentioned, the items starting to roll in for the Xayah. I think they'll still have a lot of struggles in front-to-back team fights, trying to make something out of the Kha'Zix, which is usually the champion that really slows down any true 5v5 advance from a team comp like Jin Air's. It's not impossible, still is some ways back into the game, but how to defend the Baron, how to stop BBQ from just turning off it with the Ornn ultimate, going back to tanking it with the Warmogs, and even running the side lanes with the Banner of Command. Stacking problems that I'm not sure Jin Air will find an answer.
Yeah. The problem is with the QSS, with the fact that, you know, Wraith can help try and keep Teddy alive, there's just so many CC options, so many engage options. If one of them doesn't work from BBQ, they just throw in the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It's just going to be really, really rough. Featherstorm not going to be enough to keep Teddy alive, so whether they can manage to orchestrate some sort of team fight where they can create a victory could work, because if all of those buttons are on cooldown, Teddy, with now the addition of the Ardent Sensor as well as the Zeke's Convergence, certainly be optimized as far as damage. Like, the damage DPS potential coming out from Teddy is huge. I just don't think he'll ever be able to do any damage for that long.
And that's the right read, Atlas. You know, we saw the Banner of Command going down the bot lane. How can Jin Air respect the pushing side lanes from BBQ, contest the Baron, and then even if they are able to do that, even Scion teleports up, then they're still going to have side lane problems that he won't be able to teleport for. So playing the map in the way Jin Air need to actually fully contest the Baron. To me, it'd be a mistake for BBQ to not get a free Baron, or for the game to end without a Baron being taken, because they have so many different options. But mistakes are always possible when it's 7th versus 8th.
Well, there is a wall that's going to be set up, but cancelled relatively early there by Grace. They wanted to try and catch someone off, and they did at least split up BBQ, but decided that they didn't want to go in for anything. They need to find the optimal team fight if they are going to get in there.
Need to see items, and you'll notice not enough control wards for BBQ to play around the Baron. Seems like they missed a shop, or the wards are being cleared because they have no control wards around the Baron. That does actually give free time for Jin Air. This is a pretty big mistake by BBQ. They need to fully reset and actually get control wards for the pit. They should control the pit. They have so many champions to patrol, put down a control ward, and Jarvan and Ornn to be unkillable when it comes to face-checking vision. Not having enough wards is going to delay their movement or make them take a more risky Baron than they should be.
They just haven't been back to base in a really, really long time. They had brilliant ward coverage around this topside river, but there's Call of the Forge God. Is it actually going to matter? Nope. They at least get Teddy's ultimate out. Nothing else. It's one ultimate down.
They're trying to do this on the cheap. They're trying to do it without a recall for wards. Seems unnecessary. Wait for walking up.
Yeah, Grand Entrance is going to be an exit this time around and doesn't even need to use the flash. Can just battle dance over to Teddy.
They now have the double control ward done. This is great. Much better here. Much cleaner. Turning on to Umti, but no follow-up damage yet.
Yep. Oh, wow. I think that may have actually been a dead Kha'Zix if that paddle star had landed, but didn't. Thank goodness for any Jin Air fans out there. Jin Air actually going to utilize this moment to potentially push down this outer turret in mid lane. Not able to. Ghost easily enough for that wave. Oh, okay.
Now that was close. It would have been a one-shot.
Spamming your F button as quickly as possible and praying to God, I think. Okay.
Prayers were answered. They're trying to kill Sion. They might actually do it instantly.
They're layering the CC. There's so many options, but is this exactly what they want to do? Do they want to be focusing this guy? It's Call of the Forge God once again off cooldown. So on is actually causing a ruckus in the backline. Temp down to about half health. Trick as well utilized, taken down fairly low. Is this enough to take down the Baron is the question. So on, not the smart user. He could possibly be able to get himself in there.
But no, there's no real way, now that the ward line has been cemented, to stop this. They control the pit, they control outside the pit, they control the Baron. BBQ Olivers. Now it feels like their next objective with this Baron is to finally break the base.
Think that they should be able to do it. The other option would be do their very best to start another fight. You can imagine that Ignar, with how he's been playing so far today, would certainly like that. Teddy has almost managed to flame Horizon as a team that's 5-13 and behind 4 turrets and a hell of a lot of gold.
Only reason that he's competitive in items against the now 6-kill Varus. He's facing, does have 6 items himself, but has a Mercurial Scimitar, and you would imagine a Lord Dominic's Regard to close up the build. If he hits that moment and they are still in a competitive spot, there is still the chance that the old Jin Air stall is possible.
Yeah,
looking on Teddy.
Yeah.
He does have sorcery, so outside chance he has the Gathering Storm. It's been common for him, so let's assume it's Gathering Storm for both AD carries. We don't have a Gathering Storm indicator here at OGN, so can't give you the full information, but pretty easy to assume when it comes to Jin Air.
That was a bit cute by Temp, using his redemption to actually heal up the minion wave. They push this one down, looking to try and break the base on the bottom side of the map first.
Basically what happens here is that Teddy wants to walk up to try to wave clear it, and then Ghost could flash after him, or Ignar will look for a pick on him because it needs Teddy to be the line wave clear here.
Yeah, T as well feeling a little bit useless as there's Call of the Forge God crazy. Not going to get the knockups he's looking for though, as So on still at full health. Ignar holding onto that Solar Flare. Look for that one to see whether anyone's going to be falling low, but crazy. It's seismically shoved back.
And they might even be able to account for both of these cannon minions that were bannered as well. So it's already better case than expected, as that minion was first shoved and then pushed away.
He's straight trolling Grace today. Like, that's all he's been doing. This tower going down extremely low. The siege minion, there's the last shot. And that's going to do it. He did his job as he finally takes enough feathers to take him down.
Let's wait and see if BBQ want to wait for the Ornn ultimate to come back up. It's about 15 seconds away from being available.
You can see the damage potential of Teddy though. This is actually relatively dangerous for BBQ, not wanting to actually commit to this inhibitor.
Teddy did finish the Lord Dominic's as well, so he's only a Mercurial Scimitar short a full build, and Sion decides go time.
Yeah, it's choo-choo train movement forward as the Solar Flare doesn't find any stunts, just slows down the Sion. Umti looking to try and get into that backline, get something that he wants, but Crazy's too far forward, has to use the flash to get out of the way. Call the Forge God comes down once again, and it's Teddy taken out of the fight for the moment. Crazy still alive Umpty's just turned on and destroyed, but there are low health bars on BBQ. Teddy can get the work done, picks up his first kill. Trick's in trouble, massive double attempt. It's going to explode. It's the Rakan that grabs one of the kills, and BBQ running for the hills.
They can't get onto Teddy. Teddy can clean it up. He does his best. Able to take a couple of kills. The minion wave is doing a lot of pushing. BBQ have backed off. They're onto the Elder Dragon. But with Talia to clear this up, there's going to be a contest from Jin Air.
Yeah, Jin Air moving themselves over. We'll see whether Wraith and Teddy actually want to take this one up as, oh, this is cute. The ex-European brothers.
Of course, Wraith can play the game of, well, if they're not there, where are they? And doesn't need to walk up to that brush.
Gets the control ward down here.
He would love to check that brush, but right now he realizes he can't. Backs away. They would love to get a mid lane out of turret 40 minutes into the game. Jin Air get it. Their own game plan was stalled because of their mistakes earlier in the game.
What were we talking about earlier on, Papa, saying that we're okay with having an extremely long game? Well, BBQ haven't been able to close this one out.
And Orin's not there, so the Elder will go to the side of Jin Air. They do have 2 buffs, but I guess an extra 5% to minions will be helpful with how much base defense they've been doing so far.
Yeah. Towers regenning at the moment. The bottom one not going to be able to.
Our observer has been very active in showing us things. I appreciate it. In games like this where there's not much to talk about, I appreciate the direction.
Our observer has also really been loving turret health. It's like his favorite thing. Turret health.
You can tell what phone game
battles.
he's been playing in the breaks.
Oh my god.
Getting the turret defense on as much as possible.
I love turret defense.
Mày con laser đến đơn bộ rồi.
Is he, do you reckon he's been playing like old school Warcraft 3 custom map turret defense?
I'd hope so.
Yeah. That was my fave. This Tempt is going to trouble bubble the Rift Scuttler to death. They're going to try and reset themselves. Bloodthirster now completed for Ghost. This guy's got a hell of a lot of wave clear. Hell of a lot of lifesteal. And a lot of on-hit damage.
And someone has all the beef. He's definitely been ready to go. He's super insanely tanky. Has the passive health gain from the W, a Warmogs, another giant spell. He also gets temporary health in a team fight.
Khăn giải thuật
The Gargoyle
thì kéo lên.
He can kind of be
Ít bạ mà con này đánh không cần đam.
line that Umti doesn't complement. In a perfect fight, he was great diving into the last fight around bot side.
Một là mày
Much
nguyên
more
lên đồ đam,
difficult,
hai là
much
mày
less
nguyên lên
reliable
đồ
than
đánh.
having Jarvan
Lên
and
nổ
Horn
kia tí.
on duty. But if Umti gets a successful flank next time where he can even half health tempt, even trivialize one of the carries, there's the chance you can outplay here as Jin Air. It's way off script. This is not how the game was drafted to be picked. But from the pick phase for Jin Air, this is supposed to be about their turret destruction. After their mistakes, they've largely stabilized, and BBQ haven't closed out the game. As Ghost could just die here.
Yeah, Umti's looking for him, but actually didn't want to start the fight. Couldn't do enough damage to him. His seismic shove not going to find the target, but there it is. The assassination from Umti. Wraith not going to get trouble bubbled, so Tempt is unable to find the kill.
And Ghost, you always go with friends 45 minutes into the game to pick up your red buff. Greedy from him, could have gone with either of his tank line, he doesn't, and Jin Air stop pushing.
Yeah, and Tempt actually landing a large round of spells onto So-1 and does absolutely nothing with it. You mentioned the Scion being a huge beefcake, well he definitely is. Now there's a minion wave that BBQ desperately want to try and remove, but this inner turret fell down so fast. The inhibitor turret evaporates, and that's the destruction of the inhibitor as well. So the first team to get an inhibitor this game is, against all odds, Jin Air GreenWings.
And BBQ have allowed the Teddy win condition to come online. He was able to pick up the farm. He had 420 CS even though he was 0-3-3. BBQ had done all the hard work. They were a bit slow on the first Baron. Still, they took it and we thought this was their time to close the game. A couple of mistakes later, and suddenly Jin Air are back in control.
Yeah, now 6 seconds until the Baron comes back up. That's why they're not pressuring this inner turret on the top side of the map. And in goes Wraith. Actually does find Ignite. He's going to explode. Solar Flare does nothing. The Call of the Forge got dodged as well with an expertly timed Featherstorm from Teddy.
Scion does cancel his teleport, which means that Baron is difficult. Not sure if that was the right move, but I guess Jin Air might have some purchases to do.
He could jump in the river and take a train.
I just don't understand why So-1 would cancel the teleport. It was really deep, but I'm pretty sure he could have gotten out one way or the other. Regardless, no Baron threat here, and what did BBQ do? They walk up, they're kind of surprised they get some Baron control. They back away. Again, a reminder, it is 7th versus 8th place. We're being teams that aren't as used to being in control of a game are allowing it to delay a little bit.
Yeah.
And they've delayed successfully for Jin Air till Teddy's got all of the items.
Actually, all the items as well. Mercurial Scimitar that you mentioned hadn't been finished, was recently acquired. So in goes the Weaver's Wall, but they get 3 over. Which means that the Baron is going to be stopped. I'll have a bit of a nap there, so on. Should be okay as they go back onto the Baron.
No way to interrupt Trick over the pit.
Yeah, this is going to be a 50-50. They really don't want to be doing this, and they're going to turn away.
They don't trust Wraith to be able to get there. They don't have vision to put around the backside, so they have to pull away.
Trouble bubble again. It's a bit of a blue screen. Is actually bad when you look like you probably ran a bit by computers. Side of Sohan with his fancy little skin.
No control wards in the inventory behind the pit. They need one of those so they can have eyes on Trick if they trust the interrupts come through from Wraith. Back on the pit again.
Yep, just onto this Baron, of course. They do have lane pressure with these super creeps heading down the mid lane. The Ornn's actually going to move over early. Grace down here as well, just throwing pebbles around. Trying not to work too much of this ground, and that is going to be Teddy securing it. Trick got into the pit. I don't know how it didn't work, but he didn't even get the smite off. Oh man, that was too close for comfort. That could have been disaster for Jin Air. Honestly, that Baron play was not the best.
Yeah, it was very rough there, unfortunately. Kind of reminiscent of something MVP would pull off. They're far too aggressive around the Baron. They don't have the vision behind the pit to interrupt. As you say, Trick gets in, gets out, but doesn't get the Baron. And Teddy, of all people, with a big crit, you'd imagine. As he
Wait, maybe it actually does more damage than Smite. Did you see that
yes.
red buff get 2 shot?
I did see that. There are more resists on the Baron, but I agree that it's going to be a big number.
Yeah, that's extraordinary.
And Teddy's huge. He's also hit the Fountain Laser statement.
Yep.
We haven't seen Fountain Laser Teddy in a while. Full Fountain Laser, no boots. Legolas here with the Phantom Dancer as the final item.
Yep, he's actually up in kills as a 2-3-4 Xayah. Sorry, up in gold as a 2-3-4 Xayah.
Consider that he does 500 AD and does 50% bonus.
Oh yeah, the dang Zeke's Convergence.
And then with the shield, I'm sure he's at 2.5 attack speed as well. He is as decked out as could be.
Yeah, the Ardent Sensor there on top of him as well. Raid's certainly giving a lot of candy to Teddy. Okay, another bit of a blue screen there for Sohan, but he's A-OK.
Good.
Anyway, it's going to take a while to crash, even though it is the super minions pushing in.
See Grace actually moving on over there, seeing whether he wants to actually help push these ones out.
Need a Weaver's Wall here, I think, to guarantee the turret, and on command.
Thank you very much, Papa Smithy. Chains of Corruption comes in though. Sohan might actually find himself on his own and uses the ultimate, gets some of that CC immune to get him out of there, but that is an engaged tool that Jin Air now don't have.
And it's a pretty advantageous cooldown trade as well, because Weaver's Wall does have that longer cooldown, so answered by BBQ, that will continue to delay the game.
Yeah, Umti going to make his way back in here. I don't know what he was quite doing. Better at lane control than either of these teams are so far this game. So there's another call of the Forge God. Crazy plays Pong all the way back there, but Teddy just stays right up in it, doing the very best that he can. Fenderstorm comes in, Crazy having to flash out of the way, and BBQ scattering, heading for the hills. Tower's going to fall down on the top side. They may actually lose their first inhibitor, but they are going to be able to get the bottom one. They should be able to move over to mid and do the same thing. Banner and Command not quite enough to win off this minion battle. And Jin Air say that they don't care about their base, they're just going to go for the trade.
But they're not going to go for the win, they're going to back away. These minions aren't stopping.
The minions are going for the win though, Papa.
The minions know exactly. I was talking about Crazy's joining them.
Yeah, Tempter's joining them as
Oh,
well.
God!
They're going for the jugular here. We've got Umti, he turns himself back in there, and they're stopping the backs. Tempter's doing what he can, but they've lost one of the Nexus turrets.
Here's the choo-choo train and the wall.
Yeah, and they didn't actually block each other off this time around. Tempt, he's in trouble.
Where are they fighting?
Cue the Benny Hill music, Papa.
They're fighting over here.
They grab attempt at least for the first kill. Oh my goodness. Ignar fell down, of course, before. There's a Born running up the lane. I think there might be a little bug chasing after him, and I don't know what happened. This game devolved very quickly.
It is a fiesta to end all fiestas. Fighting off screen, fighting on screen, a wall to stop the Winions from ending the game. The double banner of command gets the big seal of approval from Papa Smith. He's done so much work in the side lanes this game. Who will win? We still don't know. Jin Air seem like they're in control. They want to push up. They want to try to end. Is this the time? It's still long death timers on Thames.
Yeah, it was one hell of a Hail Mary play. You feel like BBQ probably not in the best position to grab the victory, but Trick says, I'm going to put you all in a cage, and Teddy says no. I'm going to jump up into the air, and I'm going to take down all of your turrets as best I can.
That's a 3-man.
Shopping